What's up, y'all? Samuel Joseph here again for another episode in the series Inside the Music Shop. So I want to first of all real quick thank you all for tuning in. This is your first time, welcome. I'm all about making sure musicians are checking out their local stores and making sure that they're supporting the shops, the mom and pop shops that are around them, interacting with people, finding out new gear, new instruments, new brands that they've never known of or have always wanted to try. And so this is what this series is all about. I check out different areas and stores around me and ask questions and just poke around and have some fun. So I hope this encourages you. Get ready for another fun episode. Check out my previous ones. If you're new here, once again, I go from stores like Guitar Center to small mom and pop shops that are just 5, 10, 15 minutes or more away from my house. So check it out. I pray that you guys would do the same. And let's check the store out. We're heading right now to Noll Guitars. Oh, where did I go? There we go. All right, cool. We made it to Noll Guitar in Cranston, Rhode Island. Let's check it out. Let's talk to some people, hopefully. And let's see what type of gear they have in their store.
Olivia, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful store.
Thanks.
And it's a pleasure talking to you, Alex, and of course. So you mind just telling us a little bit about the store, like some of the history, what you guys do?
Sure. We started in 1987.
Okay.
We as a repair shop. Dave Noll, the original owner, was building acoustic guitars and doing repairs as well. And he brought Stan on board to do setups and electronics and sales, selling parts and stuff. And that expanded the business a little bit. And then they got so busy that they hired a couple more workers and they grew. And I came on board right about '89 and started doing the same thing as Stan, doing setups and electronics and repairs and stuff, and then learned from Dave Noll how to build guitars, and eventually bought his share of the business. And Stan and I became partners, and we still have 4 employees, and we've moved a couple of times. This is our latest location, and we've been here since 2000, I think.
Okay.
And, been going strong here. Yeah, always busy.
That's
always
awesome.
have stuff to do. We do custom builds, repairs, and maintenance, mostly setups and electronics and things like that. Sell parts and accessories and things to customize your guitar.
Yeah,
and
that's nice.
love to give advice too.
Yeah.
So
Do you, speaking of advice, do you have like a favorite electronic brand or a favorite brand of guitar to like work on or even play?
Well, Strats are fun because they're like the best kit guitars.
Yeah.
You can change the necks, you can change the tuners. There's a million parts, aftermarket parts available.
Yeah.
So the Fender stuff is wonderful for hot rodding and things. But we do pretty heavy woodwork. We'll do neck sets. We rebuild things. We've had guitars get pulled out of flooded basements that were falling apart and rebuilt them. And we do custom paint. Lots and lots of stuff. And we sell some used stuff and parts and accessories.
That's cool. That's cool. And I'm assuming you play as well. And how long have you been playing for?
Yeah, I've been playing since I was 19.
Okay.
And never made money playing. But I still love it and I still do it and I still write songs. Yeah. But found my niche here, building stuff, and I really love doing that.
Awesome.
And I get to do my own crazy projects too. So.
That's awesome. I find that amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys work on basses as well? Or?
Yep, basses, mandolins, ukuleles, anything with frets on it, and any kind of fretted instrument, banjos.
Yeah, I noticed one over there. It's pretty cool.
That's a banjolin. It's a banjo mandolin.
You're kidding. Banjolin. So it's like it's a hybrid.
Yep. So it's a banjo. It's a banjo body and a mandolin neck on it, and it plays just like a mandolin, but it's made to be extra loud.
That's okay.
The whole purpose of the banjo was to make a louder instrument for soloing.
Wow.
Before there was electricity, they had to figure ways of making things loud enough to solo. So they made
that's cool.
Banjos and arch tops were the kind of solutions there.
That's really cool. Oh, I actually have a bass that a friend of mine made for me in college, and something wrong with like the truss rod.
Okay.
The truss rod might be stripped or something. And
Okay.
I've been looking for somewhere to get that fixed, so I'm definitely going to be bringing it here.
Yeah, we can replace the truss rod, and a lot of times we can repair them too. So.
Cool. That's good to know. I tell my audience all the time, I'm primarily a bass player, but I tell my audience all the time, it's so important to know your gear, to make sure it's set up well. You want to be comfortable, and so like building those relationships with shops like these, luthiers, people that know what they're doing, really enhance your tone and your comfort on your instrument. So, I love that. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. So it's primarily a guitar shop. So like more guitar than bass, or even the.
No, equally all of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, there's more guitar players than there are bass players, so we see more guitars, but we don't specifically specialize in guitars. We got plenty of bass parts around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think Alex was telling me, I saw this bass over there. You guys built that.
Yep, we made that from scratch. That's one of my paint jobs.
So,
Like
so you did the paint job? Or you guys?
Yep.
Okay. So how long does it usually take to do that?
Paint jobs take a while. We use nitrocellulose lacquer, like the old 50s guitars, and it takes a long time for that to dry. And depending on what kind of wood it is and how much grain there is and how much fill, it's a paint job is like 4 to 6 months.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long involved process.
Yeah, that's
a lot of drying time and a lot of drying time between coats.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, that same bass I'm talking about bringing in. Hopefully, I might look into a paint job too. It's a Pofero, neck. And,
Nice.
Very simple ash body, but it's plain. So I think a paint job would be kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Do
nice.
that.
Yeah, I primarily do a lot of like gospel contemporary stuff.
Yep.
I'm even like I even have a online store, an online music school where I teach people about bass lines, licks, everything, all that type of stuff. And so like I just I love sharing that and love finding out like what other influences are there in Rhode Island area since I'm like fairly new, and just finding out more about the stories and stuff and the history. I find that really really cool. Growing up being from Boston, I can't say that I've seen this many stores like nearby where I was. Compared to like Rhode Island, so that I love that. So
Boston used to be a great place to go for all the big music stores because they were all in one little area.
Okay.
That Mass Ave and Commonwealth Ave. You had Wurlitzer's and Daddy's Junkie Music and I forget the other one.
Wurlitzer.
Yeah, Wurlitzer. EO. What was the other one?
EO Wurlitzer. Yeah.
There was a third one though. There was Daddy's Junkie Music, Wurlitzer, and somebody else. Yeah, it was like all within a couple blocks of each other, the three biggest stores in Boston. Yeah, and
so a lot has changed.
Yeah, I haven't been up there in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, Music Emporium too, which is moved to Lexington, which they deal with acoustic instruments. They specialize in acoustic guitars and mandolins and banjos and that sort of thing.
Wow.
Violins and something like that.
Yeah, so much has changed. Yeah, that's cool. And I noticed you guys also have strings and stuff.
Yep, we
you
got
guys
all the
carry,
accessories.
Like,
We got this.
pedals here and there. Or,
Yep.
Now I've been eyeing this bass. So is it like?
It's an ash body.
Noll bass.
Yep. Okay. It's one of our customs. It's an ash body, maple neck with rosewood fingerboard.
Okay. Yeah. What type of electronics?
Those are Seymour Duncan NYC pickups.
Okay.
They're humbucking pickups.
Yeah.
They're their own thing. They don't sound like anything else. They're nice. Nice kind of like really fat jazz bass sound.
Yep.
So they're not single coil sounding, they're not canceling,
jazz.
but they're still got that clarity and focus that you get out of a jazz bass.
Yeah, I can't wait to try that. Yeah, definitely. That's really cool. So like, how long did it take overall to make the whole bass from, build, the finish?
It depends how complicated we go with that. Stuff like neck throughs and set necks take a lot longer because everything's handmade. Where like a bolt-on neck, at least we can get some of the stuff aftermarket.
Just put it together.
But, usually 4 to 8 months, sometimes a year, depending on how complicated you go. If you do more cosmetic, like the binding and the inlays and the fancy paint jobs and the really figured wood, all that adds to the amount of time it takes to do things, and not necessarily makes it sound better, but it makes it look better. And you got to pay for that, and it's a lot more involved.
Yeah.
If I got to cut little tiny pieces of shell by hand and inlay it, that's tedious. So
and I appreciate you said that. Some of those things may not make the bass sound better, but you definitely have to invest into your craft and invest in your bass, your amp, whatever at home, or whatever type of line of work you're playing.
People like custom stuff. They like to stand out and have something unique. And
yeah. Exactly. I'm very much like that. I have a Lakeland at home, and I gutted out the electronics. I got some Aguilar in there, and
nice.
I changed my knobs. I found some knobs online, some like marble looking thing, just to be a little unique. You're absolutely right. There's nothing wrong with putting your own spin on it and your own personal touch to it. So that's pretty cool. Now I do have one more question for you. What is your favorite part of the store or your job, and like building and doing maintenance on guitars? What's your favorite part?
I love doing the woodwork.
Okay.
I love being on the machines, shaping things and building things and coming up with crazy ideas. It's fun to think about making something different and unique and new and sketching it out, and then taking a piece of wood and shaping it. That's my favorite part, and I like being in the wood shop and doing that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, so would you say that takes a lot of of course, plenty of creativity, but is that the designing stuff? It comes from sketching something first, or kind of computer based, or
I still draw everything by hand. I sketch it out on a piece of paper to the actual dimensions, because then you see the proportions of it in real type, and I draw it to full scale, the actual size it's going to be. And then when it's time to make something, I could put a piece of tracing paper on it and trace it out and transfer it onto a piece of wood and have it come out exactly the same.
Absolutely.
And if we make changes, then we can reproduce that.
That's awesome. You guys gotta come to Noll Guitars if you want a custom. I'm ready to try that. That's okay. That bass over there.
Yep, I'll get it down for you.
Cool, thank you. This is beautiful. Okay, so this is. So based on the way you guys built this, so tell me about the electronics a bit, the controls.
It's an EMG electronics, so it's an active EQ.
Okay.
This is volume. This is your pickup select. So that's neck pickup.
Yep.
Sorry, that's neck pickup.
Bridge.
That's bridge pickup.
Okay. That's the middle.
There's a notch in the middle.
For the middle, sure.
So this is your treble boost.
Okay.
This is your bass boost.
Yep.
This is your mid boost and the mid frequency. So you can really dial in.
So you said treble here? That's the main one. And then you say this is the frequency.
Yep.
That's cool. So how does that? What's the gauge on the frequency on the mids?
I think it sweeps from 400 to 2K.
Wow.
There's a neat trick you can do with this.
Yeah, what is it?
If you boost the frequency all the way up, and go ahead and play something.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So you can sweep it as you're playing. It makes all these weird noises.
That's cool. How do you do that?
You just got it's like a wah pedal. You got to move the frequency while the thing's boosted all the way, and it kind of it adds that frequency. neat little trick. It's hard to do while you're playing, but it's
Of course, this is. I have to say, out of all the episodes so far that I've been to, the different stores, this is probably my favorite bass that I've tried. Like
Cool,
I'm
man.
not even just like I'm not the biggest fan of coated like strings, but they feel really good and the neck feels great. Like the bass, I mean, this is you guys. I'm not even making this up. This is really cool. So do you guys make 5 strings as well, or
Yep.
Okay,
I
5
got,
to 6?
I got a 5-string neck through that I'm working on right now. It's just a big slab of wood to start with.
So how much is a bass like this from Noll?
This is 1900.
Okay.
For this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
If this is a bolt-on, so they're
Okay.
cheaper to make. That
Right,
we
of
can take
course.
the neck off and
Off,
work
yeah.
on it. They're made in separate pieces and
This
put
is
together. Set necks will go about 3,500. And,
Right, of course.
Neck
Yeah.
about 4,000.
It was amazing.
It's,
And now, like, how much would like a 5-string version of this be?
probably about 2,500.
Yeah. Makes sense. This is crazy. This is awesome.
Thanks, man.
This is guys, I don't want to put it down. This is cool. All right. That was fun. Noll Guitars, thank you for that visit. So glad I got to talk to an owner, Stan, and Jim and Alex. This is possibly about to be my new go-to as far as bring my bass to get checked out. I have a custom bass, like I was telling Jim about that. I'd love to rework, maybe rewire it, maybe add a preamp, maybe add some color, splash of color. We'll see if it becomes a little project. But what I love about this series and going to this type of store is that building these relationships and going to these stores, I now know what's available for me as a musician. And so I find that so powerful and rewarding, and I really encourage you all, whether you play bass, drums, flute, piano, it doesn't matter. Find out about the businesses near you and about the sources and the professionals that are around you that can help you in your career and your sound and your tone, and your gear. Maintenance is important, and I'm so grateful that I got the chance to check this out. So I hope y'all are blessed. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.